answering the personal questions that we saw, what's your name, where do you live, etc., is simple. You can manage it.
Okay.
Giving your own opinion about a topic is also easy.
Okay.
What we need to practice is how to speak into a framework, meaning that in the cue card, there are exactly what you need to say. So you shouldn't expand too much.
Okay.
Okay. Did you do the exercises from chapter 1?
To be honest, no, I didn't.
You must.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, because we need to discuss the content there, and you need to have that vocabulary into your lexicon.
Okay.
Let me bring Pamela. Okay.
Mira, te cuento que cuando yo estuve no estaba bien todo el proceso de medio ambiente y de seguridad, pero tu puesto de gerente es más corporativo.
Morning,
Hola,
Pamela.
buenos días.
Morning,
Hi,
morning.
how are you?
I'm fine. And you? How was your weekend?
Yeah, very quiet. I don't know, when you stay at home all the weekend.
Relaxed. It was relaxed. You have a relaxed weekend.
Yes.
Okay, I was telling Jose Miguel that today we're going to finish with the foundations for speaking, and tomorrow we'll start with foundations for listening. And I was also telling him why we're going to work with the cue cards. Because the first part that is giving that personal opinion, you have no problem. Okay. That is, where are you from? What's your name? Where are you from? Etc. Etc. It is no problem. Giving your opinion about a topic is neither a problem. Okay. You can take and okay, what do you think about the immigration policies in Canada? So you can organize your information with no problem. The thing is that we need to practice is how to speak based on a cue card, because you need to speak into certain limits. They give the information they are asking you and not to expand to other topics. So that's why today we're going to work with the cue cards. Okay, give me a second because I need to take a picture. La 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 la. And let's begin. Remember something, you can incorporate the expressions we have learned for saving time. Okay, I think this is an interesting question. I have never been asked this. I never gave a thought for this topic, etc. So this is the first topic that we have already worked with. So let's go to the second topic. Okay, give me a second. Wait, because it doesn't open as a presentation. Okay, now it is. Let's share. Second. Describe a hotel you have stayed in. Okay, we have already worked with this. Number 3, describe a piece of art you like. Remember that we were talking about if art is not a cup of your tea, a cup of tea for you, you can say it. Okay, clearly you can say, okay, I'm not an expert in art, but I have seen, we practiced this with Pamela last class. So Jose Miguel, can you do this, please? Describe a piece of art you like. You should say what it is, where you saw it, why you like it, and why you would recommend it to a friend.
Okay, so if I need to describe a piece of art I like, I will say it was the Mona Lisa. I saw it in what is the name of that museum? Louvre, in the Louvre Museum in Paris. I, I guess you might know what is the Mona Lisa because it's the most famous painting, but this is a picture of a woman, no? A portrait. No, it was painted by Leonardo da Vinci. Why I like it? Because mainly because it is really famous, so it was really nice for me to look it in person. And why I would recommend it to a friend? But for the same reason, because it's like the most famous painting in the world. And in addition, the whole museum is a good place to visit.
Okay. So you don't look it in person, you look it in real,
In real.
in real.
Okay. Look
Okay.
it in real.
Or look it for real.
Look it for real. Look it in real.
Yes. Why? Because if you talk about looking in person, you're talking about people,
People. Okay. Okay.
but you're looking at a painting. So you can
Mhm.
say it was really impressive to look at it in real.
In real.
In
Okay.
real.
In real.
Or to see the real painting. And you
Mhm.
explain, because I have always seen it in pictures, in the internet,
Mhm.
in order to say why it was impressive for you to see it for real or in real. Okay,
Okay.
good. Let's go to the next cue card. Talk about something you used to collect. You should say what you collected, if your collection grew over time, why you collected them, or whether you normally collect things. In this case, whether is a synonym for if. Okay, so I'm going to give you what they give you. 2 minutes to look at the card. Okay, organize your ideas. Remember, you're going to have a pencil and a piece of paper for writing your ideas before you start talking. That's why they give you 2 minutes, and your 2 minutes start now. Pamela, you have to answer these two.
Okay.
Wait. Listen what I said. You have 2 minutes. You can take a piece of paper and a pencil and organize your ideas before you start talking.
It's to organize the ideas or to talk?
To organize the ideas.
Okay. It's okay.
Remember, you are given a pencil and a piece of paper. Okay, your 2 minutes are over. Pamela, please, can you start?
Can you go back to the
Yes, I'm going back. There it is. The thing is that I have two cats, a yellow one and a gray one. And the yellow one is now on my desk trying to call my attention. Of course, she stepped on the keyboard and exactly at the key. She doesn't step on any other key. Or the one that passes. That's the thing when you have cats. Sometimes, Yes, Pamela, please start.
Now can I answer?
Yes, please start.
So I didn't collect anything in life. That's funny because maybe that is an tradition and maybe of our childhood on our when we were young, because everyone has to collect something. I remember that some famous brand of Coca-Cola, I think,
Mhm.
launched a small or tiny bottle that we can collect, but I didn't have the habit to collect something. But I remember that my brother, he used to collect cans. He collects cans of Coke, cans of beer, any can he could. I remember seeing cans in his room from all over the world, even from China, maybe from Arabia, Russia. When a relative came from another country, he asked to bring him cans. I think I don't know why he did collect the cans. I never asked him, but I think he liked to see the different designs that cans has. Maybe that was funny for him. When we have to move from our house, the house that where we grew up, I remember that my mother said to him, "You have to throw away all those cans because that cans can go to the new house." And my brother, no. That's not an arrangement. The cans go with me, and he brought the cans to the new house, and I believe he still has it. I didn't ask him, and I don't ask him, but I believe he still has the cans.
Okay. First of all, I didn't used to collect something. Remember that when we have negative sentence, we never use something. We use anything.
I didn't used to connect anything.
I didn't used to collect anything. Okay, so
Ah.
it is something
Class.
should be anything.
Anything.
Okay, something for affirmative sentences only. You use the anything or questions and negative sentences. Okay. He
Okay.
did collect the cans. We don't use did plus a verb in past tense. Okay. Here we use directly the past tense. He collected. There is an expression in English when you say, for example, somebody tells you, you usually take my pencil or you take my pen at the office and you say, come on, I do not take someone else's pens. I have my own pens. I do have my own pens. You say, okay, I do not have. It's like I don't have, but I want to be emphatic. But in English, there is also a way to say, for example, I do. Somebody tells you, hey, listen, you never write a report. Say, what? I never write a report. Come on, I do write the reports. I do always write the reports. So this expression that includes the auxiliary plus the verb in an affirmative sentences is for emphasis. for emphasis. Okay? But we use it only in the present. Ah, you forgot my birthday. You are a very bad friend. Come on, come on, come on. I do always remember your birthday, but I was very busy that day. Okay, so it is okay for the present, but not for the past. Yes, you have the cans have.
And
The can has.
can I use he used to collect?
He used to collect. In past tense, not now.
Yeah.
Okay. You say that cans can't. Remember that that is singular. Okay, this is singular. For the plural, you use those. Okay. Those cans can't go into the new house. And finally, and that's something that you should focus on. Remember, belief has to do with faith. I think he still has the cans. Remember, that is maybe that because you found it somewhere, believe es creer. So yo creo que él aún tiene las latas. I believe. No, I think he still has the cans.
Can you say, I guess?
I guess too. Because the difference between think and guess is that guess, you are saying something that might not be true.
Yeah, because I think that you use I think when you are sure about something, and you say I guess when you are not really sure.
Yes. When you are making an inference.
Right, exactly.
Or a deduction. He liked his cans so much, and he collected cans from every place, and they collected them and had them and appreciated them. So you think that process, say, well, I guess he still has the cans, but you haven't gone to your place or you haven't asked him.
Yeah, you're not sure.
Okay, you are not actually very sure. But let's say that guess is like an affirmative. Okay. Nice. In this case, as you do not collect, you talk about what people did or what people do collect, emphasis. And you immediately jump to the fact that your brother was a collector. Okay, so that's perfectly valid. Let's see, Jose Miguel.
Okay, so when I was a kid, I used to have a collection of soda and beer cans. My collection grew up to 100 units. Why did I collect them? I honestly, I didn't have a big reason, mainly because I saw in TV shows that kids used to collect them. So I thought it was a good idea and I wanted to do the same. Nowadays, I will say I collect books, and I really mean it because I just collect them. I don't used to read them. So yeah, that's that's my collection. I have a big collection of books that I haven't read.
Okay. You don't have a big collection of books. You have a large collection.
A large.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Large because books are from different size, and you're talking about the quantity.
Quantity, right?
So you have a large collection. That's weird. I have a large collection of books, but I have read.
But you actually read them. Read them.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I mean that's like the normal thing to do.
I have a large collection of books, and I have read all of them, including the encyclopedias.
Really?
Yes, I have the Britannica Encyclopedia in real books, not the virtual one, in real books.
Right.
And I remember that on a vacation, they are, I don't know, like 26 volumes and in English. And I remember that in a vacation, I decided to read them. and I read
Mm.
all of them, all the encyclopedia.
Wow.
And
Nice.
the last time I decided to like counting how many books I have read in my life, I
Mhm.
think I stopped in 4,200.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yes, yes, I'm a bookworm.
Hmm.
You know
Book-
that expression? A bookworm?
Yes.
Okay,
Wow.
I'm a bookworm. Nowadays, I have stopped reading. Why? Because my large collection of books is at my house in Venezuela, and I
Mhm.
hope nobody throw them away. And here, I haven't had the opportunity to find a bookstore that sell the kind of books I like to read.
Mhm.
I
I'm
am
not
not
into.
into bestsellers
Okay.
or
I'm not.
those self-improvement books
Right. No, I
or
find them boring. Mhm.
popular authors like Paulo Coelho
No,
and
no, no.
Isabel Allende. No, I'm not
Mhm.
into that kind of books. And
Mhm. I'm
unfortunately,
not
most of
into.
the bookshops here sell that kind of books.
Mhm. And don't you like to read online?
Yes, but there is a moment when I get bored. Nowadays, I'm reading The Fight Club
Uh-huh.
and I'm rereading The Catcher in the Rye.
Oh,
Because when I
never
like a
heard of
book,
it.
I can read it 1,000 times and I like it 1,000 times. Okay. So when you say I'm not into, it's a
I'm not
very good
into.
expression to say you don't like. Instead of
I'm not
saying,
into. I don't like.
I don't like Paulo Coelho,
I'm not into.
you say I'm not into Paulo Coelho.
I'm not
Because
into Paulo Coelho.
Yes, because somebody told me The Alchemist was the best book ever. And when
Mhm.
I read it, I was disappointed. I said, okay, this is The Alchemist. It doesn't
Mhm.
say anything to me.
Right.
But there is a book from Paulo Coelho called Brida that is not popular. And
Mhm.
that's the one I like it. The one that is not as popular. You can say, oh, Paulo Coelho, The Alchemist, The Alchemist, The Alchemist. That's
Mhm.
his
Famous
best
one.
known book.
Best known book. Mhm.
For me, it was a disappointment. I didn't find anything remarkable on it. But
Mhm.
when I read Brida, that is about the transmigration of souls, I liked it
Mhm.
because I believe, I believe that your soul is a form of energy.
Right.
And that
Okay.
energy, according to the thermodynamic law that is valid in the whole universe,
Mhm.
energy is never wasted. It just changes.
Mhm.
So your soul, that is your energy, changes.
Mhm.
Let's go to the next one. Okay, let me see if I can move this. Okay. Talk about, this is the next one. Oh no, this is the next one. Talk about a board game you have played. You should say what type of game it is, how the game is played, when you started playing it, and whether you still play that game. Again, 2 minutes. Let's
Okay.
start now to organize your ideas. Okay. 1 minute to go.
Okay.
Time is over.
Okay.
Let's begin with you, Jose Miguel.
Okay, so when I was a kid, I used to play chess. I think it is hard to explain how the game is played because each piece has a specific move. For instance, the pawn can only move to the front and one step at a time. The knight move in a L movement. The bishop move in a diagonal.
Diagonal.
How do you say?
Diagonal.
Diagonal.
As in
In a-
Spanish. Diagonal.
Okay, diagonal. In a diagonal way, the rook, it goes just horizontal or vertical. And I stopped playing this game for many, many years because I used to play it with my father, but when I grew up, I stopped playing and then I moved from his house, so I stopped playing. But in the pandemic or during the pandemic, I found this online application and I start playing again. I enjoy it a lot. So now I play every single day.
Okay. I stopped playing. I stopped playing. Okay.
I stopped play.
You say I stopped playing.
It's not right to say I stopped playing.
No, I stopped playing. Is that right? Because the verb stop is always followed by ing.
Yeah, but did I said I stopped playing?
You say I stopped playing.
Okay, yeah, that's means.
Notice that say I start playing again. I started playing again.
Yeah, I know. I start playing.
Okay, or you can use the present perfect that is more band 8 or band 9.
Yeah. I have planes. I have played.
Okay.
I
I started playing again is okay. It's perfectly okay. But if you want to reach a band 8 or a band 9, either in speaking or writing, you need to use complex verb tenses. It's advisable to use complex verb tenses. Which are the complex verb tenses? Perfect tenses, modals in past, conditionals, either simple or mixed. okay? If you
Mhm.
use the perfect tenses, the modals in past, el could have, el should have, okay, del might have, or you use conditional, okay? You express that you have a management, an advanced management of the language. And that's what they need for getting band 8 or band 9 in the
Okay.
Ielts. So, of course, it's perfectly good that you use simple past most of the times.
Mhm.
But if you use past perfect instead of simple past, you show the examiner that you manage those structures.
Okay.
For example, I had always played with my father,
Mhm.
a previous action in the remote past. But when I moved from my father's house, I stopped playing. So you use the past perfect to talk about a remote event in the past and the simple past for a recent past.
Okay. Okay.
Alejandra, can you repeat the sentence, please?
Okay, I'm gonna write it for you to have.
For example, for a habit we used to have in childhood, we use
Past perfect because it was
past
a
perfect.
remote past.
Okay.
I had always played with my dad, and when I moved out, I stopped playing for a while.
I had always played with my dad. And when I moved out, I stopped playing for a while. Okay.
Why for a while? Because if you say I stopped playing, people might understand, okay, you never played again.
Right.
But if you put for a while, it means you stopped for some time and then you started playing again. So if I were an examiner, if you say, I stopped playing it, say, okay, he never played again. But if you say for a while, for some time,
For some time.
not sometime, but some time, okay, sometime, for some time, I understand that later, and as time passed, you started playing again. Okay.
Right.
We use the past perfect for the remote past events, as Pamela said, in my childhood. For example, I had ridden my bicycle every single day when I was a child. But when I got to 12, we moved to a larger city where riding a bike was dangerous. So I stopped riding my bike. So if I heard that, I say, okay, and she doesn't have a bike now, and she never rode a bike again. Okay, so this is the kind of, how can I say, non-grammatical items that let people think or guess something. Okay, I stopped playing chess. I guess you never played again. Because grammatically, that sentence means never again. I stopped playing.
Okay.
But if I include that for a while, for some time, or I stopped playing until I found an app. Until, or I stopped playing until I found an app. I stopped playing until an app was created. Until I felt I would play it again and I checked my phone and found an app. Until a friend told me, Jose Miguel was out. Okay. Yes, he needs to go. Sad, he needs to go. Okay, Pamela, so it is your turn. Talk about a board game that you have played.
All right.
So now you have all the indications I gave Jose Miguel, so you can incorporate it into your speech.
I'm going to try. All right. So I remember playing Monopolio with my brother and sister. Monopolio, it's a multiplayer board game. Uh, I think it's an economic and trading. It has economic and trading theme. In the game, the players has to roll a dice to move around, or yeah, around the board game. So you have to buy and sell properties, like houses, like hotels, like I don't remember correctly, but I believe cars too. So you have to collect all the money from the players, and you have to um, take them to bankruptcy. Bankruptcy. Uh, I played. I have played that game when I was a child. I believe 8, 9 years, maybe 12. But I remember that I don't like it because my brother and sister, they are older than me. They always win and I lose. So that wasn't funny for me. But I believe that it's a funny game if you take it to a funny size and don't take it too seriously. Um, and but maybe we can incorporate that game with my kids, my older kids. I believe they are gonna like it.
Okay. If you're not sure about the name of the board game in English, you can ask. Okay?
Okay.
I used to play Monopolio, but I don't recall. I do not remember. You don't say, I don't know how. I don't recall. I don't remember how to say it in English because I have never played in English. It's Monopoly.
All right.
Or you can
Monopoly.
say, I don't recall, or I don't remember, or I've never seen its name in English. But we usually avoid to say, I don't know. Okay? It gives a bad impression to the examiner when you say, I don't know. You know, I used to play a board game, but I don't know the name. They're going to look at you like, what? You play, but you don't know the name. But if you say, I used to play a game when I was a child, and I don't recall the name in English. I think I have never seen the name in English. I don't remember the name in English. I have never seen its name in English, or I have never learned. Remember, it can be learned or learned. Both are correct. You can use I've never learned or I never learned its name in English. In this case, learn is not aprender, it's a synonym of know. Yo nunca, it's not yo nunca he aprendido, sino yo nunca he sabido. Okay? So instead of saying I've never known its name in English, that sounds like I don't know. You use I've never learned its name in English. So people understand, you know the name in Spanish. And then you say monopoly, like a question, monopolio, and the person, oh, yes, monopoly. Okay, yes, monopoly. And then you incorporate the word monopoly in your speech. It is valid. Okay, nice. Economic means cheap. So here we use economy. Or economics.
You can, but the subject is economics. Economics
Yes,
in
economics.
total.
No, that's a singular word that finishes in S.
All right.
Economics is economía. The thing is that there are a few words in English in which the singular finishes in S and have no plural. One is economics. Okay? Or economy. But economic is a synonym of cheap. That is a false friend. Economicos or economía. No, economic. No. Economy or economics. And we have, for example, news. News is singular. News is on TV now. The news is on TV now. You say, no, miss, it's not the news are. No, news is a singular word that finishes in S, like economics. Economics is, okay, at university, is part of university studies, okay? Economics has to do with how you manage money for you or for others. Okay, how to plan budgets, investments. Okay, and trading issues, temas, economic and trading issues. Monopoly is about economics and trading issues. Because if you say things that's too general, cosas de economía y comercio, it's not around the board game, but around the board. Around the board.
And how can I say if I want to refer as a theme? Not
you
not
can
not
use
things, but theme.
things. Yes,
Theme.
themes. But themes is used more like for a picture or a song or music, okay, the theme. So we'd rather use issues. Issues in this case means temas. Temas de economía y comercio, okay, issues. Then you have to collect all the money from players. No, get all the money from players. Take all the money, not collect. Because collect is like, le voy a recoger el dinero. No, in this case, it would be take out all the money. Take out all the money from the other players. Or it's not steal, it is not rob. It is to, yes, take out. To take out all the money from the other players. Take out, let me think about another synonym for take out. It's not collect, it is, yes, take out. I can't think of another thing. Take out all the money from other players. From the other players, los demás. The other players, okay, bankruptcy. And make them bankrupt, because it is also a verb. To bankrupt, okay? Make them bankrupt or make them run out of money. Make them run out of money and properties. Ni dinero ni propiedades. Okay? And then say whether you to play the game. Yes, I'm trying to make my children get interested in the game. Okay. The problem is that now it's online. I enjoyed more playing the board game, the actual board game instead of the digital one. I like better the actual. I think at the first time I saw a Monopoly board, I was 4 years old. I still have two elder cousins who are 4 years and 6 years, no, 4 year and 8 years older than me. So when I was 4, one of them was 14, 13, 14, and the other one was like 9. And they used to have, the eldest used to have his friends from high school going to her place and play Monopoly. And I remember I was 4. That's the first board game I remember, and that's the first one I learned because my uncle was patient enough to teach me to play Monopoly when I was 4. So I almost never play Monopoly because I usually win and people get mad at me. I learned when I was 4. It's like those games with questions and answers and historical facts and things like that. I never play them because I usually win and people get mad at me. So when they say, Alejandra, let's play brain test, or let's play Monopoly, or let's play poker, or let's play Rummy, I usually win. So I never play them. If I want to keep my friends, I never play them. Okay? In the classroom, let me show you the classroom. Where is the classroom here? Oh my God, the classroom is here. I have to put the classroom there. Okay, here in the classroom, let me share it with you. You have some useful material, okay? You have here the cue cards for you to practice by yourself. Here you have the fillers that I have already shown you. Okay, I have already shown you this that was about the fillers. Remember that these are things you should incorporate to your speaking. Okay, when you begin to talk to the examiner. Okay, this is important for you to have. The short ones, the long ones. Okay. There is also, I also included, let me open it again. I also included other topics for speaking that you can practice. Okay, with Jose Miguel, which are, let me open it. I have to pass the classroom to the direct access. Okay, which are useful material for practicing 10 topics. Okay, 10 topics, IELTS General Question 2024. What's your name? Where are you from? Tell me about your home country, where it is located. What kind of films do you like? This is 2024 test January. Why do you like this kind of film? If given an opportunity, what kind of film would you direct? Did you go to the movies as a child? Did you go alone or with friends? How do you enjoy your free time now? These are the topics for the general question in January 2024.
I was checking that those topics. I have a question. For example, if I want to practice with Jose Miguel, for example, I choose topic number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3. Tell me about your home country. We have to practice like tell me about your home country in 2 minutes.
Yes.
Each topic has 2 minutes.
Yes, this is 2 minutes length.
Okay.
And you can give different visions of your home country. Because, okay, we are from the same home country. Yes, but you might have one vision of the country and your husband might have another vision of your country. For example, Venezuela has jungle, beaches, and mountains, and two desertic areas. For some people, Venezuela is just beaches. So if you ask a Venezuelan, tell me about your home country, say, okay, my home country is Venezuela. It is on the north of South America. It's like the door of South America. And the most relevant feature is that it has wonderful beaches all across the country. from the east to the west are beaches for people to enjoy. There are also an island, Margarita Island, that is Nueva Esparta State, which has beautiful beaches and some small islands nearby, which are worth to visit, like Coche, Cubagua, and Los Testigos. The shortest is to Coche, and the longest is to Los Testigos. In Los Testigos, beaches are not so nice, but it's a nice trip out in the ocean. And we also have Los Roques, that are an archipel with very beautiful beaches with white sands and turquoise blue waters. So in my case, I describe my country as a play of beaches. But maybe another person like me can say, well, Venezuela, general feature the same. North of South America is like the door to South America, is the first country somebody can find when coming from the North to South America. And it has a relevant jungle area because we share part of the Amazonia with Colombia, Ecuador, and Brazil. So in my point of view, the most relevant about my country is the Amazonia area. Okay, it is Southwest Venezuela. That area is a national park called Canaima and Gran Sabana National Parks. In Canaima, you can find nearby the tallest waterfall in the world, the Angel Waterfall. And you can also find in the Gran Sabana National Park, you can find a kind of mountains, which are just here in Venezuela and in Africa, in South Africa. They are tall, flat top mountains, tall, flat top, mesetas, mountains that the indigenous people call tepuis. And they are the oldest geological features in the world. So when the dinosaurs were riding on the world, the tepuyes already existed.
Wow.
Yes, that's one of I love beaches, but if I have to choose, it would be a problem for me because I love beaches and I really love that jungle area. I have visited it 9 times in my life. And I hope to visit it again before I die.
For example, if I want to ask you, for example, which is your home city? I can ask your home city.
Hometown. The expression is, sorry, I'm trying to get my keys. The expression is hometown. And you say, why? Because cities in English are the large one, like New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, London, Paris, that has not 1 million or 2 million people, but 10 million people. Okay? Most of the people are born in what they call towns. Towns are small cities. So if you see, for example, New York City has, as far as I remember, 15 million inhabitants in their metropolitan area. But very few people live in New York. Most of the people live in New Jersey. And they don't live in Jersey City. They live around Jersey City, in small cities around. So the expression is not what's your home city, but your hometown, because let's say 90% of people in those countries are not born in big cities, but in small cities. The problem is that the mistranslation is city, ciudad, and town, pueblo. Okay? But the real translation would be cities, what they are called mega ciudades. 10 million inhabitants, London, Paris, Berlin, New York, Los Angeles, Seattle. And towns are small cities. It's like here you can call Quito or Guayaquil a city into the Latin American framework because they are different. For American people or for British people, a city has more than 10 million inhabitants. Here, Quito, into the Latin American parameters, Quito, Bogota, Caracas, they are cities. And Riobamba is a town. Say, pero mi Riobamba no es un pueblo, Riobamba tiene, qué sé yo, o Cuenca. Cuenca is a town. Say, dice, pero Cuenca es una ciudad, tiene iglesias, tiene museos, tiene no sé cuántos habitantes. Yes, but according to the English thinking, Cuenca is a town. Manta is a town. Pero es que tiene 7 millones, 2 millones, 3 millones de habitantes. Yes, but if you speak English, those are towns.
All right. All right. Okay.
Remember that even geographically, the English mind, the English speaking people mind, and the Latin American mind are radically different. Okay, sometimes people said that a city is a place when you can be from preschool till the time you die without going out. I mean, if you want to study medicine, you can study medicine. If you want to study engineering, you can study engineering. More than almost 100% of people have internet, water service, and electricity service. Okay, and there are more than, I don't know, 5 million inhabitants. That is a city. A town is a place where you can do it all. But maybe if you need a specific treatment with nuclear medicine, you cannot do it at that place. You have to go to a larger city. It's like, for example, I made a comparison when a pregnant woman. If you are pregnant and you have problems and you live in a city, you can solve those problems without living anywhere. But if you're pregnant and you have a problem and you live in a town, you might need to go to a larger city because the doctors or the equipment in the hospitals at your town are not suitable for your emergency. Okay? If you have a cancer, you can be treated in the city or in the town. But if you need a special surgery or if you need a specific treatment for your cancer, it might not be at your town or small city, but you have to go to a larger city to get your treatment. Okay, if you want to take a PhD, you might not take it in your hometown. So you have to move to a city in order to take your PhD. Okay, I don't know if I've been clear explaining the difference in the English mind and Latin American mind about the concept of a city and a town.
Yes, you're clear.
Okay. So when you talk about the city you were born, you talk about your hometown, no matter if it is a city. Because, for example, I was born in Caracas, capital city of Venezuela. And I said, somebody asks me, I said, well, my hometown is Caracas, capital city of Venezuela. Okay. Likewise, we can talk about my home country, the country where I was born. Okay.
All right.
So with this, we finish for today. So tomorrow we'll start foundations of listening. Okay.
Okay.
The tips for listening, the materials for listening, etc. Have a nice day,
Okay.
Pamela. See you tomorrow.
You too.
Thank you for
Day.
coming. Bye-bye.